Hello and welcome to Dos Gatos Forge. Today we've got a forging video for you. I'm going to be working on some forge welding of multi-bar patterns. So this is multi-pattern welded bars and some plain steel or wrought iron bars mixed in that we're going to then forge weld together into a single billet where we're going to forge a blade out. So I've got a 4-bar pattern planned for the first one. I've got a half-inch square high carbon steel for the edge blade, 2 twisted bars of contrasting steel for the herringbone pattern. 1 bar is twisted left, 1 bar is twisted right, and then I have a wrought iron bar for the spine. And this is going to be a sort of a remake of an old sax that was found in France, but is probably of Nordic origin in the 7th century find. And then I've got another one here, which I'm going to work on now. This is a center pattern welded bar and 2 edge bars of 1095 on the outside, and we're going to weld that together. And then I'm going to do a fish mouth cut on the end, and I'm going to forge weld that together. This is going to end up being more of a double-edged blade. Got quite a bit of steel here, but it's only approximately 1/4 of an inch thick at this point. So there's not going to be a whole lot of beveling done on this, but we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if we can get that together. And if I have enough time, I'm going to throw in another small project, a little 3-bar pattern weld. But it's supposed to get to be 112 degrees here in sunny Arizona on this July 8th morning. So I am going to take it as it comes and see how it goes. Stand by and we'll get to it. Okay, so here we go. We've got our 4 bars all together. We've got them cleaned out on the mating faces. We've got them tack welded together, welded at the ends. Tack welded in the centers. Here we go. The wrought iron bar is the long bar. That's important. We got to remember that when we get around to doing the forging of the blade. This is quite a heavy-duty piece of steel. This thing is about 18 inches long to the shortest bar, about 2 inches wide and 1/2 inch thick. So we're going to go pop them in the forge and get them up to welding heat. I'm using a 2.5 pound double jack. I'm going to bring the bar up to welding heat, put one edge on the anvil, and hammer with light, overlapping but solid hits from one end of the bar in towards the center. When I get that side done, I flip the bar over and I do the same operation along the other edge and return the bar to the fire. You're going to repeat this for each section of the bar maybe 3 or 4 times before moving to a new section of the bar. Once you move to the new section of the bar, you want to weld from the center out toward the other end. This is important. Do not weld from both ends in toward the center. 3 or 4 welding operations on each section of the bar, and you should be ready to move to the press or power hammer for more forging or drawing out. I'm going to now move to that 3-bar multiple bar, and I'm going to close up the tail end. The tail end has got some gaps between the bars that I need to close up and forge this together. This area is going to become the tang of the blade, so I'm not really concerned about how I'm going to manipulate the pattern here or distort it, because this is going to be the tang and it's going to be hidden. I use the horn to apply a specific location of pressure and force in the areas where the gaps are so that I can close them together and create enough mass and volume to make a decent tang on this blade. So now I'm going to do the fish mouth on this thing for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of cut in here, and I'm going to cut in here. I'm going to cut these 2 lines out, and I'm going to remove this piece. You can cut this on a bandsaw. You can cut it with a angle grinder and a cutoff wheel. If you want to be a real He-Man about it, go ahead, grab the hacksaw and saw away all day. If you want to do it traditionally, do it with a hot cutter. I'm going to probably do this with an angle grinder and a cutoff wheel and maybe finish it up on the bandsaw. But then once we remove that centerpiece, then we're going to fold this tip down to this tip and we're going to weld those together. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to heat it up in the forge to welding temperature, and then I like to do the fish mouth welds in the shallow pan in a swage block. Come in, and it allows that underside to follow the curve in the swage block when you're bringing it together. Works really well. So let's go get this done. This is not the welding operation. This is a preparation operation where we're just going to close the fish mouth together and get the tips to line up and keep the blade flat. This is in preparation for the final weld. Okay, so here's what we got accomplished today. We got this big 4-bar billet put together. The shortest bar in there wound up being about 19 inches long. It's about 1.75 inches wide at the widest point and about 1/2 inch thick. Welded up a small 3-bar billet. That's about 1/2 inch thick, and I'd say, I didn't measure it, but it's probably about 12 inches long, and I think I gauged it out to about 1.25 inches wide. So we're going to need some tongs on that one. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So we managed to get that fish lip weld done on there, nice and clean. Hopefully that'll be a really cool pattern. Anyway, that's what we got done today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Well, thanks for watching. We had a good hot day today. Good hot day in the shop. We got a lot done. I hope you guys learned something about multi-bar forge welding. This is a great way to make very interesting steel objects, blades. Nordic saxes is where it all came from. And what we saw, medieval swords. It's a wonderful thing to do. If you liked what you saw, please hit the subscribe button down below, and we'll see you next time. Be safe, get it hot, hit it hard. This is Josh from Dos Gatos Forge. Thanks. There might be some outtakes. That handle's hot. Oh, that handle's really hot. And then we managed to get that. Ow! 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 Hey, that's still hot. Be careful, that's still hot. That's a multi-bar billet. I don't even want to think about how many bars are actually in that. The center bar started out as 2 bars. I folded that over. So that's 4 bars, and the outer edge bars used to be 1 bar each, which is 2 bars, but I folded them over, so there's another 4 bars total. So it's an 8-bar billet, I think, is what we got there now. But the center bar was made up of a bunch of other multiple bars that were forge welded together and twisted and kind of crazy stuff.